Are your mornings a crazy whirlwind where you flap around like a chicken with your head cut off only to be 20 minutes late again? How many items are lost before 9 a.m. and cannot be located in the frenzy? More or less than 5? Does the start of your day involve more yelling and nagging than connection and quality time? Getting other humans ready and out the door, in addition to myself, well, that's epic level executive function, and not my strong suit. My brain does not prepare on its own, so I have developed a solid system for getting my it together in the mornings. What caused this change? Well, when I don't have a plan, it's like my brain doesn't know what to do, even though I literally get ready every dang day. There's a gap in my ability to solidify known processes. The result, I will be 30 minutes late, sweating, grumpy, anxious, beating myself up for the things that I forgot, yelling at my family and treating them like doo-doo just in time to plaster a fake smile on my face and put on my sweet, "Hey, how are you doing?" face upon arrival. Speaking from hard-won experience. And that's simply not the kind of mom I want to be. And now I'm not. On most days. Can I help you get out of the disaster, anger, shame spiral that happens almost every morning? Welcome to Motherhood in ADHD. I'm your friend, Patricia Sun. My mission is to be a lighthouse for mothers with ADHD, helping you find your path to success by learning to appreciate your ADHD as an asset. I'm seeking to change the paradigm that ADHD means your life is doomed to be a hot mess. So I'm sharing strategies and encouraging you in your pursuit of happiness to love who you are every day of your ADHD life. Hey there, Successful Mama. It's your friend, Patricia Song. Before we jump in, let's do a review shout out. If you're listening on iTunes, please scroll down and leave an honest review on the podcast, as I love to hear what's helping you. This one is from Coach Elizabeth Brink on Instagram. It's at Coach Elizabeth Brink, and I adore her so much. I love following her. She has such welcoming and kind and open-hearted advice. So if you're not following her, be sure you do that. Here's what she said. The only podcast mamas with ADHD need. I love every episode. So much authenticity and rich information. Patricia, thank you, 3 exclamation points, for contributing to the conversation around mothering with ADHD. Now, not only does this make me feel like the most special person in the whole world, it really does help move the podcast up in the search bar. So it makes it easier for other mamas to find us. So please go hit that 5-star button. Hopefully I have 5 stars, and help those other mamas out too. Now, Mama, I have never been a morning person. In fact, I hated mornings for pretty much all of my life, as far back as I can remember. And I never really understood why. Now, I know it's because I felt out of control. I was barely keeping my head above water with my lack of executive functioning skills and my undiagnosed ADHD. And really, how was I supposed to be successful in those conditions? I spent my entire life hitting snooze for the 7th time, if I even woke up at all, only to run out the door way behind when I should have left. Jacket flapping in the wind, arms full of stuff that never made it into my bag. Never in a blaze of glory, but a blaze of crazy. And honestly, I'm really not sure how I've never been fired for a job for being repetitively late. My entire childhood included my mom yelling at me to get out of bed for the 42nd time. I'd fly down the stairs, grab the bagel she prepped, give her a quick hug, and run out the door just as the bus was rolling up. Well, I was able to live in blissful ignorance, or no, painful ignorance, of the problem until we started gearing up for kindergarten. See, my kids have always been early risers, so on the off chance where we had to be somewhere before 9 a.m., I could usually pull it together in the 3 or 4 hours we'd already been awake. But times have changed. Enter elementary school, which starts at 7:20 a.m. Y'all, it's still dark when I wake up, and it's not even winter yet. Ugh, I don't miss this. At the start of the summer, I knew that I needed to pull out every trick in the book and create a plan for peaceful morning, because I don't want my boys to have the same kind of harried morning experience that I always had. And let's be honest, there is a 50 to 70% chance that one of them, or both of them, have ADHD because I have it. There is a genetic connection. This makes it even more important to me that I set the skills in motion early so that they can be successful their whole life through. But in all of this discussion and thinking, I had another realization come in. My two best friends growing up were twins. They drove me to school my junior year of high school, and they would arrive on time, and of course, I was still getting ready. And they would hang out with my mom while I was getting ready, which was great for them because my mom was like their second mom, as their mom was my second mom. But I missed out on that time with my mom that my best friends got every morning. And I realized I was really sad about that now that she's not here. But I can't go back. So I want to make sure that I give my boys that gift of spending time with me in the morning when I'm not a crazy person and set that precedence of quality time so that when they're bigger, they will still connect with me in the morning, even if it's just for a minute or two. So what does that connection do for our kids? Psychiatrist and author William Dodson, who does a lot of great work if you need some resources for ADHD. He estimates by the age of 12, children who have ADHD receive 20,000 more negative messages from parents, teachers, other adults than their friends and their siblings who don't have ADHD. Now, I can't control other people, but I can control myself. So I'm doing my best to make sure that the least number possible comes out of my mouth. And a healthy mindset makes a huge difference in how we approach the day. When we feel good in the morning, we can tackle the day and do hard things and keep going when it's hard. But when we start off on the wrong foot, it's just like Alexander and his terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. And we don't have the option of moving to Australia. I don't want my boys to hear 100 messages of hurry up, you're too slow, why are you always goofing around? I mean, they're going to hear that sometimes because they're kids, but when I'm calm, I can prod them along with a much more positive attitude for a much longer time than when I'm frenzied and harried and stressed and irritated. So setting the tone of the morning is my job as the leader of my family. I don't want to set the tone of hurry and nagging as the default every day from the point they wake up until school starts. I am creating an atmosphere of calm, peaceful morning in this rhythm of getting things done purposefully instead of randomly. So I have defined my why. And when we have ADHD, our why is our motivation. So when we get stuck or frustrated or off track, in order to get ourselves back on, we have to know what our why is. Now, I'm actually going to talk about this next week on the executive function episode about motivation, so I'm not going to get super into that. But no, when we struggle with motivation, identifying why it's important to us, that is going to keep us on track. So I am asking you, why do you want your morning to feel more peaceful? Do you want to stop yelling and nagging? Do you want your kids to walk out the door with confidence and a can-do attitude, knowing that they didn't just hear for the last 20 minutes how they can't do anything right? I want to instill in them that they are beautifully and wonderfully made, that God created them just the way they are, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I want them to attack their day with that level of confidence, that level of positivity. What's your motivation to make a change in the morning? So I took everything that I had been brainstorming and compiling in this nitty-gritty and I put it into one spot and I wrote The Disorganized Mom's Guide to a Peaceful Morning. And I can't wait to tell you about it. Mama, is your morning defined by chaos or by calm? Are you hunting down lost shoes and keys and permission slips all before the sun has even come up? Are you flying out the door, running to the car, arms full of stuff that never made it into your bag? Are you still wearing pajamas at lunchtime more days than not? No matter what stage you are in your motherhood, whether it's frenzied exiting with older kids or flopping around the house with littles, I have to ask, does your morning look like what you want it to look like? I know that you want your morning to be more together. You want less nagging, less yelling. You want less frumpy, lumpy unproductiveness. You want to feel confident in how you start your day. And you want your children to have that confidence too. So I am so excited. I am finally finished writing The Disorganized Mom's Guide to a Peaceful Morning. It's here. I put this together just for you. It's down and dirty basics to get you on your way to a better morning and fast. It's 5 quick videos straight to the point of cutting chaos. Each video is delivered to your inbox with one action step because I want this to be doable today. I'll be right there with you to remind you to do your baby step in case you forget and get off track. And it's totally free because I want you to take the next step in the right direction now. I want you in the Motherhood and ADHD Facebook group. You can share what's working for you and ask questions of the other mamas to brainstorm ideas if you get stuck. So hit pause right now and sign up for the video series, The Disorganized Mom's Guide to a Peaceful Morning. It's on my website, patriciasung.com/peaceful-morning. And link arms with like-minded mamas. I am so excited to see how your mornings move to a happier mama and a happier family. So I want you to go sign up right now. It is going to be life-changing and life-giving because when we change our days, we are changing our lives. Change is possible, and we can do things differently when we work with our ADHD brains instead of trying to mold our brains into something they aren't. And I want that for you. I want that confidence. I want you to know that you're running your family well. So come on, let's get in there. Sign up on my website, patriciasung.com/peaceful-morning. And we are starting on October 22nd. All together, we're going to rally up and make this happen. And if you're listening to this another time in the future, I'm still going to have that up. You can jump in anytime and make a difference in your morning. It is totally possible, and we're going to do it. All right. Have a great week, Successful Mama, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you for listening to Motherhood and ADHD. For more resources, head over to our website, www.motherhoodandadhd.com.